Welcome to the Day Clean Devotion Queen podcast. Our podcast episodes breathe life into selected themes from the DDQ Meditation Journal. Hosted by our founder, Najma Thomas, we engage in heartfelt discussions with a diverse roster of inspirational Queen sisters. We explore their unique perspectives, uncover the wisdoms shaped by their journeys, and celebrate the trials and victories along the way. Together, we are creating a womanifestation space where conversation meets examination and sparks transformation. Hey, QueenSiS, welcome back. We are kicking off. What is 2026, Jill?
Can you believe it? 2026.
No, I cannot.
Yeah, we made it. We made it.
Didn't
feel like we would a few times.
And millions didn't make it.
Well, we did.
But I was one of the ones.
That did.
Oh my gosh. So here we are. Here we are, QueenSiS. And we are in, I'm verklempt. We're in the most exquisite, delightful HGTV. Wherever Jill goes, her house is HGTV. Thank you for inviting me to your space.
Thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure to see you, Queen.
Oh my goodness, QueenSiS, I'm beyond thrilled to be here with you, Jill. And thank you for tuning back into our podcast. This is the Day Clean Devotion Queen podcast. I'm Najma Thomas, and I'm here with one of our delightful guests from last year, Jill Coleman. And it's a treat because we're starting a brand new series this year, and our theme is conversion conversations. That's the theme, conversion conversations. Now, y'all, we're not talking about converting you. We trying to, before you hit pause and run away, we're not trying to convert anyone to a particular belief system or anything, but we're talking about conversion as in your soul changing direction.
Good one.
Like when you will manifest your way out of burnout. Or when your spirit says, this no longer fits, I need to change. Like that's the season we're talking about. That's what we're talking about this season. That's the theme. We are going to be speaking with and to women who have left older versions of themselves and are stepping into something new. Walk straight into grace and flow. So this is for the aunties, this is for the healers, this is for the career changers, this is for the women who realize I don't have to suffer to be sacred.
We're not doing that anymore.
We're not doing that anymore. And today, like I said, we're starting off sitting here with a woman who spent decades, a queen who spent decades doing just amazing things. If y'all are not new here, you probably recall one of our first sessions was with Jill. Jill, on my way here, I listened to the podcast.
We had a good time.
I enjoyed that. It was so wonderful. And so now you were at the precipice of retirement.
Yes.
It was yesterday. You said I retired yesterday. Right. So now we're a year into this shift. And I wanted to sit down and talk with you and see who you are now. I'm going to reintroduce myself to you.
That's good.
Reintroduce you to me.
Yes, great.
Jill, y'all, she spent decades inside the philanthropic sector. For those of you who haven't had a chance to listen to the first podcast, moving money, moving systems, moving communities. And then, like I just shared a year ago, she did something that might have seemed radical. Like she retired at the top of her game, rolled out and said, yeah, I'm out. Jill is a spiritual powerhouse. She is a global traveler. She's a community champion. She is a true rich auntie extraordinaire. That's right, of the highest order.
Oh, you went there.
Yes, that's right, because it's the truth. It's Sunday, so we can't tell the
Yeah,
truth.
got true.
At least on
At
Sunday.
least on Sunday.
And today, Jill's going to talk to us and with us about what happens when a queen stops performing and starts becoming a new edition of herself. So take a breath, loosen your shoulders, pour your tea. Just got a tea. I'm fasting, so all I have is water. We're going to get into it, Jill. I got a couple of questions for you. When people meet you now, who are they meeting?
Najma, that's a great question, and different from the first time that we met. You gave me the questions, but this time she didn't give me the questions, so I didn't have time to meditate or mediate what I was going to say or on those words. But it's interesting that you said that because I am changing. And I don't know if you ever saw Dreamgirls. Remember Effie in there?
Yes.
It's very powerful because you are changing, and I feel that I'm changing. And it's not that I didn't want to. In fact, I wanted to. And when I felt the change coming, I was free enough and unbound enough and had released so many barriers that I welcomed the change and I let it come. And so when people see me now, even family, friends, and all of that, it isn't that I don't love you or don't support you or care for you, but it's different. Yeah. It's very different because I think we're in a period where Black women are redefining magic.
Oh,
and so
say that again. We're in a period.
We're a period where Black women are redefining Black girl magic.
Yes.
Black girl magic for us for a long period of time, meaning that we could just snap our fingers in the presence of others and things would just happen. Yeah. But we knew that behind the scene, we were working, backs bent, hands roughed, scars and all. We cover them in so many ways. But now in the Black girl magic, we're not snapping our fingers and expecting things to just happen anymore. We're taking time for ourselves. We're holding our shoulders back. We're doing our face. We're taking time to put on our night cream, including the under the eye, or doing the neck, because the neck gets a little bit older and changes as well. And so this is the new Black girl magic. It's a smoothness, something that comes easy, nice, and feels good. I think for so many years, Black girl magic felt really good for some people. And most of the time, it felt best for the recipients of the magic. But now, the magic is for us. Oh. The magic makers are turning around and saying, we're going to snap our fingers and make this happen for me. So I'm blessed to be in that period. And so I'm changing. Yeah. I'm turning the magic back on me. Okay. So that's what it means when you kind of leave one area for me and come back. So when they meet me, you can expect the magic, but maybe you're not the recipient of the magic. But the magic is still there. You can look at it. You can try to get some breathe in. And if you're around me, if I allow you to be in my presence, then you can be a recipient of some of that magic.
Come through. Yeah. That's wonderful. I love that for you and for us. Yeah. Because some of that is for me.
Yeah. Thank you. For you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh my goodness. I'm sitting in that I'm gonna hit rewind and listen to that again. What do you feel most grateful to have laid down in this last year?
I feel most grateful to have laid down responsibility. And I still am responsible for things, but the accountability for the responsibility is less. I'm not holding any guilt if I don't get to it.
Okay.
And so there, with responsibility, sometimes is almost interchangeable for folks. You're accountable because you're responsible. This is what I expect you to do. This is what I want you to do. And even for yourself, you say, well, hey, on my list of things to do, I need to do this for this person, or I need to do this for even myself, that maybe wasn't even a great thing to do. So you're responsible for your peace. That's really what you're responsible for. And you're accountable for that as well. But the other things that you're responsible, like groceries, you're not accountable. You don't have accountability to
For
keep the groceries, to keep the refrigerator full. I don't think you know, I love to cook. It's, you know, it's like my love language. But the accountability behind it is what I've let go. So I've kind of dived into redefining a whole lot of things. Like Black Girl Magic, I've dived into what responsibility means, and I've taken out some of the accountability. And so I feel good about cooking. I feel good about going to the store. I feel good if I go to the store and just get some tomatoes and some lettuce, and I said, I'm just gonna make a salad. I'm not worried about going to the meat section. That is not what I'm gonna do today. I don't feel I need to fill the cart. I don't need to do all that. I just can pick up a couple of items that are on my mind. So I've taken that accountability out of it, because quite honestly, in today's world and the way we live, I know we're not gonna starve.
Right.
We're not gonna starve if I don't spend $30, $40, $50 in the grocery store today. So I'm just running through getting put, or in fact, it may be that I saw some very special chocolate cookies, and I just run to the store and get those.
Get your cookies.
And so that's responsibility for me. But that's not an accountability for anything else or anybody else. That I'm just responsible to do for me what causes me joy and peace. So that's a little bit of what I've dropped. I've dropped some of the accountability, not all.
Right.
You know, as long as you're on this side of the ground, you got some accountability.
And also, Queens, I had to bring a day clean devotion queen planner to this retired queen, because she's the busiest. You got more appointments and accountabilities, and as they say in Tommy Pickles, throwing it back to Nickelodeon, responsibilities. So
that's a good one. Responsibilities. I didn't know it, but you know, you get what I'm saying.
I do.
Because it's interchangeable for people. So that one, he's made it one word.
Yes, responsibilities.
So I've separated it. I've separated for us.
Put them together.
Right.
That's wonderful. What has retirement given you that no job ever could?
Time.
Oh gosh.
The time, you know, it's not so much that I get up later,
right,
or I stay up later.
Okay.
It is what I do between the time that is just absolutely free. You know, it's freeing to say, well, you know, I'm not gonna put on any clothes in terms of other than my pajamas, you know, or I'm gonna put on something that is I can just lounge in, or something I can take my walk in. So I have to put on some shoes for that. But, you know, otherwise, I really don't even have to put on shoes. You know, I can just be nomadic and just during the day I feel. So that's the thing, that it gives you time and more relaxation. And quite honestly, concentration as well.
Okay.
Because, you know, when you don't have 9 to 5 or 3 to 11 or 11 to 7, you spend the time saying, what can I do better? How can I do it better? So it's the concentration, it's the focus and all of that you're allowed to have. You know, you quite honestly, you know, we all go on the job. We used to go on the job and they didn't get 8 hours. You know, we could make a call or try to finagle this, that, and the other, or it's, somebody called and said, can you meet me for lunch? And it turns, you know, you don't come back, those kind of things. But now that you don't have to go to the job, you can go to lunch and not come back. You can go to lunch and have a good giggly time with a girlfriend, a male friend, a little niece or whatever. And then you don't have to worry about it. When the sun starts to set and you say, oh gosh, I still got my briefcase at the job. At least go back and get that, because I'm going to need that. You know, I got something in there that I'm going to need. Well, I got to go back for next week. I had to go back and get the key to the house or something, you know. But now you could just, you have things that you schedule, or even something as simple as your dentist or doctor appointment. You don't have to try to figure out if I got to rush. I got to, they say you come at 9:30. You say, okay, that's fine. You have no, I have a meeting at 9:30. Can't come in. Oh no, I need to go in and come out. I need to be seen. Part of working in the American dream job is quite honestly, it's being seen. It's your presence,
Are you at the desk?
Yeah, right.
Are you at the desk?
Are you there?
Not are you focused and are you delivering high quality content? Are you at the desk?
Are you there?
Are you in the building?
And so I don't have that there.
Yeah.
And so I can pretty much have a lot of time, relaxation, focus, concentration on what I want.
I love how you said you have the opportunity to think about doing things better, right? Or how would you do things differently? Or really that focus piece, that's got to be really exquisite beyond the time to do.
Right.
But I feel sometimes so irritated that, man, I know I could do better if I could spend the unadulterated kind of time without having to look, now I've got to go do this. The clock is ticking. You got to make it happen.
Right.
But if you can really focus on what it is you want and do better.
Right.
Because you want to do good work.
You want to do good work. And even if you're in a structured environment, because it's so structured, the creativity is not there.
It's stifled a little bit.
It's stifled. And so you're not able to write. I mean, you got to write in a format. This is the format that we like it, which means this is a format to give it to us. There's not just the best format out there. This is the format that we want. And so if they said 100 words and you're around 200 and you're feeling real good about what you wrote, I got to knock off 100 because this is not what's wanted or desired and it doesn't fit. But, when you're retired and free, if you want to sit down and write in your journal and you say, oh gosh, I need an extra page or you need even less to say. Some days, Najma, and I thank you so much for the journal. It's wonderful. It makes you think every day about yourself. And that's the good part. Because every day you should be thinking about yourself, doing something for yourself.
Every day you should be thinking about yourself,
doing
QueenSiS.
For yourself.
Every day.
Every day. For your mind, for your body, and for your spirit, your soul. Every day. And so what I like about the journal is, and I do mine early in the morning, is it makes me focus on one particular area of myself so I can concentrate and do better. And some days I write a lot, but some days I just agree. I hear that. And some days I say, oh, thanks for that. Because if you ask the question, how do you do so-and-so better? And I hadn't thought about it. I said, I don't know. But I'm glad you asked.
Half the time my responses are,
right.
I know, but I'm not there yet. I'm just not. But thank you.
Thank you for that.
I'm going to work.
Right. And we work on it. And then quite honestly, you just said thank you for asking that. And then I just go and play the song of the day.
Nice.
And dance.
And have a dance break.
And have a dance break because that's what I needed. I need to think about it, but not today.
Not today. Today we dance.
Today we dance.
Today we dance. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for that. Your check's in the mail for that shout out. I appreciate it. Jill, before you retired, I want to talk a little bit about burnout.
Okay.
What was your spirit trying to tell you that your schedule refused to hear?
Well, my spirit for a few years before retirement said go.
Okay.
It said go. It said we're going to be all right.
Okay.
Because your spirit will tell you that. And then I was like, oh, I need to do this, or I need to finish this. I need to pay for this. I need to make sure this person is okay. I need to make sure that I'm able to matriculate and move around the globe like I like to with no strain. I need to do all this. But my spirit kept saying, you're going to be able to do all that. The reason you can't do all that is because you're sitting at this desk. That's what my spirit kept saying. You need to get away from this desk.
And you could do all of those things. You could
do all of those things, but you need to move from the desk. And so it was clear to me. And so I negotiated with my spirit and my soul. I said, listen, this is what I'm going to do. And with the Lord, I don't want to leave that out. And I said to the Lord, I said, if we do this, let's agree. If this happens, then I'm gone.
Yeah. So you gave yourself some clear and some spiritual conversations that these are the lines in the sand. These are the markers.
Right.
If I see this, I'll know that's my sign. That's my confirmation.
That's my confirmation.
Because you weren't being pushed out.
No.
You weren't, you weren't lacking in ability to execute.
I could still sit there today and write if I had to. But I just knew, and I think also that what's important is the agreements that we make with ourselves are the most important agreements. See, because why would you cheat yourself? Why would you lie to yourself? And we do, but it's not a good thing. And so I made that agreement with myself and the Lord. And when they say, okay, hey, I can't go back. And, the conversations were, are you sure? And I'm sure. And then they said, couldn't you stay another year if you thought it was needed? I said, no, I could not, because of the agreement that I made.
With herself.
With myself.
Yourself.
So I could not. Yeah. It wasn't just a matter of location. It wasn't financial. It wasn't stress. It was not. In fact, it was less stress because I already knew I was leaving. So you know how when you're preparing for a journey and if everything starts to come in place, you don't really care if you pack or not. You don't care what you take. Because you're going. You're going. And you're looking forward to getting there more so than worried about what you need to have along that way. Nice. So, the last year was gravy for me. It was easy. My soul was satisfied.
You had clarity.
I'm going. It's just like, I'm going. I had clarity. And, of course, when any big shift, you don't question yourself, but things come up.
Okay.
Things come up in your mind, your brain, and say, well, maybe you, and then you say, no. Remember
the agreement.
The agreement you made with yourself. So, and the self talks to you in certain ways, but also you have to recognize voices that are not yours.
In your head.
Because you got voices in your head that sneak in. They're not yours.
You talked about that the last time.
They're not yours. Yeah. They're somebody else's.
In your head.
And so you live rent free. You've let somebody wiggle in there and put in like a clause, a contingency clause in your agreement.
On your agreement.
And the agreement that you have signed and stamped and notarized. And they're not a party to it, and you let them and say, no. Yeah. This is not, I got a copy of it. This is not what is going to happen. This is what I said, and this is what I'm going to do. Yeah. So it becomes easier once you decide what your contingencies or boundaries or, what your standard, your guide, or what your North Star. People use that quite often. Your North Star, whichever your North Star, whatever you want to call it. When you know you're out. Yeah. And go.
Go ahead on make
Go ahead. Go
make that shift.
And then you can look back and say, wow, I'm glad I'm gone.
Listen, in philanthropy, you were always helping. You were helping individuals, families, communities, systems. Who was helping you?
The work, the results, the outcomes helped me. Seeing it.
Yeah.
And in fact, even when I talk to some of the folks now, hearing it and seeing it and the thank yous, they help you. You can't go into any work with expecting an award. There's some internal satisfaction you have to get from people that are probably not the highest people on the totem pole, but some of the smallest people. I think I mentioned this one time before. It was when I used to do international work. The president said, and it was so clear, I'll never forget her. And she said, when you see a group of children and they're all playing and one baby's crying, you zoom in on why the baby's crying, why the one is crying. And so if you're able to help the one, that's the satisfaction you get out of it. That's what's helping you. That's the help. Yeah. Because you know that it has a good outcome. And so you have to always kind of learn to scale back and not necessarily scale up. Okay. We have people, and I've been in large spaces, small spaces that people say, well, I I fed 1,000. Well, did you feed 1,000 or you prepared 1,000 meals? Did you feed 1,000? Did you feed 1,000 that needed? What is it? Did they eat it? Was it nutritious?
Was it good for them?
Was it good for them? Was it nutritious? Did it stop the famine?
Yeah.
Or it just kept them for a day? So you say I fed 1,000, but it was 30,000 hungry. That's what I'm talking about. You see, if you sometimes you have to scale back and say, hey, let's go back in. We're feeding 1,000. It's 30,000 hungry. What are we going to do? We're going to plant seeds. We're going to plant seeds, and we're going to do whatever. And then we're going to do something. We're going to give a spoonful to 30,000 versus one meal to 1,000. So you scale back so you have a bigger impact. And then you look for long-term achievements. And so you look at seed and seedlings versus, reporting numbers. And some of the nonprofit programming, they have to be careful of that.
Yeah.
And, nationally and internationally, we have to be careful of that because we leave people in the same space or worse off. But we got good numbers.
Great numbers.
We got great numbers.
Look great on paper.
We look great on paper.
We're going to get funded again.
That's exactly what I was going to say. We're going to get a bigger grant next time because I paid 1,000, Yeah. But is everybody wondering where are the 1,000 and where are the 29?
And what's the transformation?
And what's the transformation in the community? Is it the next time that the rain stops and it dries up again, are they going to be able to feed themselves?
Yeah, because
or you going to be able to get a grant because you're going to run back over there and feed another house?
Probably secondary.
Secondary,
unfortunately.
Right. Unfortunately. This is what happens.
But a lot of your work has been changing those kinds of, changing the conversations around that. Right. So let's shift a little bit towards reorientation now, because you got time and space and your own woman. You were always your own woman. You were always your. I never known anybody negotiate and say, I need an extra. I'm gonna tell you business. I would work 5 days a week, but on Friday, what did you have to do Friday, Jill? What did you tell your boss man?
I had to play piano.
I have to play the piano on Friday, so I can't come. Boss, we love that for you. Let's go into spiritual reorientation before I keep you here too long.
No problem.
What spiritual practices hold you now that deadlines no longer apply? What are you able to do more spiritually? So, spiritually, I still do my morning devotions, and so I make sure that I do them first. And so I don't have to rush out. I do them in the bathroom, and because it's small and quiet, it feels really good in there. It's warm. It's quiet. In your room.
Yes, that's my upper room. Yeah, that's my upper room. So when I'm in there and I'm doing it, I don't have to rush out. I could just continue to read. I can even look up the reference that was talked about at the end of the devotion. It's a part of the, some of my spiritual work that I'm doing, the Bible study that I participate on a Wednesday afternoon. I do a Bible study. So, and I do a daily, I do a weekly prayer call, and I continue to do that. But I've added the Bible study since retiring. In fact, that's another thing about time. I had attempted to do it on a more regular basis before I left work, but it started at 6. And I usually left work about 10 after 5. And then I said, well, I can't stop and just do it because I got to get on the Bible call at 6, and all of that. But it's now I can go to the store at 2:00, or I can go to the post office or whatever early. I try actually to be out of everyone's way at 3:30, because I feel you're retired. Why are you in the traffic holding the people up? Why are you adding the work people? They get out their way and come on home. So those are some of the things I do.
Appreciate that.
And I think, and I'm purposeful about my soul. Like I said, the things you work on, you know, with your soul and your spirit is something you have to work on all the time as well. So
absolutely purposeful about your soul. I
right.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you have to deconstruct any beliefs about productivity, sacrifice, or worth? Have you tried?
So in terms of productivity, it's cliches, but for me now, less is more. I don't feel that I have to do so much or do something every day. You know, something like I gotta do this. I have to. Even in terms of reading, I read casually. I can put the book down, come back, get the book, or whatever. But before you just kind of, because you were in trying to do a work-life balance.
And is that even
is it? I don't know if it's even possible, you know, to do work-life balance. So you're doing a work-life balance, and you kind of feel like I'm gonna read the book, I'm gonna finish the book because I worked all week. I deserve to finish the book, but it really doesn't have to work like that. Yeah. For me, I can finish the book. I can restart another book, go back to the book. I can do it in the morning, or I could do it at night. I could do it because I'm not bound to feeling like I have to give 100% 9 to 5 tomorrow. Mm-hmm. You don't have that strain, you know, even in terms of your health and your well-being. You know, some people say, Lord, I don't want to take a day off tomorrow. Because I need to go in and I got to do this. But now, you know, like, oh gosh, I'm gonna just go ahead and kick back another day, drink some more tea, and let this thing roll out. You know, so this is what, and so I redefine kind of productivity to something that brings joy and peace versus something that I can kind of check off and say I finished that during this period of time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I aspire. I aspire to be. Tell us, speaking about aspiring and legacy, what does it mean? I mentioned at the top of the intro, you are a rich auntie extraordinaire. Y'all know, realizing I create happiness, all of those things, but she's also the rich auntie for real too, y'all. What does it mean to be an auntie in this season of your life? Because I know auntie is a big role that you play.
It is, and it's a role that I absolutely love. That was something else that I had to look at and think about legacy. You know, we are blessed with each day, but there will come a time we won't have a day, you know. And so what am I doing so that in my absence, everything is okay? You know, you will be missed, you'll be loved, you'll be spoken well of. But what would I have done legacy-wise to protect those that I love and those that I want to make sure they're okay? So I did a lot of that this year as well. So that's what it means for me in terms of being an auntie, to be able to say, you know, in life and in death, she loved me.
Yes.
In life and in death, she took care of me.
She
thought about me. And also, you know, I'm so intentional with my words around my family, because, you know, they will remember some things that I say and also the things that I did, you know, and those things, if they are aligned, they will stick.
And
they'll keep going. And people will say, well, I want to do it like that. I saw somebody do it like that. So I want to do it that way as well. And that's the way to do it. That is the challenge for us as adults around any younger person. I won't say a child.
Yeah.
Around any younger person.
Absolutely.
We are always correcting and saying what you should do, but they are watching what we do. They're watching what we do, and we're watching what we say. So if what we're saying is not aligning with what we're doing, they don't trust us. And they trust us enough to get what they want because they're going to manipulate us because we're manipulating them. Quite honestly, if you're saying one thing
and you're doing another,
you're manipulating the relationship. But also, I think that we have to be more intentional about their futures.
Yeah.
If you can start establishing something for their futures, do it. You know, I hear people all the time. I'm not gonna give them any money. They didn't work for. I work for this money. I'm not gonna do that. And shoot, they get up on their butts and do whatever. No, if you can do it. Do you know how much our ancestors did for us with nothing?
With no bricks, with no straw.
Exactly, with nothing.
With nothing at all.
We didn't even know it. I don't know how. I can't imagine sometimes how difficult it was for my mother to take all us to dinner. Like, how did she do it? How did she do it to take us out to dinner? Out to eat for what? I know that the money was tight, but how did you do that? How did you do that? How did we go to games, baseball games, and bought hot dogs and stuff? You know, and that was a sacrifice, and that's something that we should learn from. We are not to challenge our children too soon.
And then 18, you adult.
Yeah, right.
Whose idea with you? You got to get out on your own.
Nobody, no adult, and nobody 18. Not even you. You were no adult. You know, you had to do what you had to do.
But no, struggling at 18 and then 28 too.
No, right.
And then recovering at 38 because you weren't allowed to be the young adult that you needed to be.
And then you get in relationships and you don't understand why they are in relationships. Why didn't you stay with your wife? She's a good woman or whatever. Because you didn't teach them that they needed time to do things.
To become who they were going to be.
Time to become who they needed to be.
Yeah.
And so it is not just a notion about life, about living a full life, finding your own peace, working through your trauma, working through your drama, and working through things and ways to work through things. You know, we are a culture, a lot of times we don't discuss things, you know. What happened with my daddy? It's not a bad thing for you to say if it wasn't the most beautiful thing. Or what happened to my aunt, you know, if it wasn't a most beautiful death, or maybe just a disappearance. If it wasn't most beautiful, then that doesn't mean that you don't share. And then it doesn't allow them to talk through it, you know.
And maybe learn something.
Right, and learn something from the example. They start hiding. They start hiding stuff too. And you walk around and say, what's the matter? Nothing. And you say, there's something wrong, nothing. Well, this is what we've been doing for centuries, right? So you don't want to model that. You want to say, hey, you know, there were some difficult periods in life. And she didn't like it, you know. She didn't like where she was. She didn't like the partnership. And so she went and she went away. She just didn't call us, you know. And she's not a bad person. She's a beautiful person. They say something, but the nothingness of it is like what people call generational curse. So, you know, we don't want to keep curses thriving. We want to leave them, stop them, cut them off, and just start new traditions.
Yeah.
You know, start new ways of doing things. So.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I have to wrap this up because I got more questions. Let me ask us some closing questions here. Who or what did you have to let go so that this version of you, this Jill that we've been introduced to today, what did you have to let go to let this version of you come through?
The old Jill.
Yeah.
You know, and it's I loved her.
Yes, she was awesome.
She was awesome. She was great. But
she took a train to Petersburg for her interview. We remember her.
Right. We but her time was over. And I think that's another thing that we all have to come to grips with and have to face, that that version doesn't work anymore for yourself, for others, and for the times. Folks fuss about AI, you know?
Yes.
And I tell them, I said, remember y'all fussed about the internet. And then you use the internet. Don't fuss about things because there are other things that replace it. And so it isn't that I'm gone, I'm a better version of me, and that's what I'm working on. But if you don't understand it and you're missing the other version, it's understandable in some ways, because we're always uncomfortable with change, and that includes people. We're uncomfortable when a person doesn't hang with us anymore, doesn't eat cake anymore, doesn't like eggnog, and I make it every Christmas, but they don't like it. So we're uncomfortable with that. But I'm making the juice that I like. I'm making it in a flavor that's good for me.
Yeah.
And so I'm done with the old recipes.
I hope y'all pick that up. Okay. So thank you so much for sharing your new addition. We love it.
Okay, thank you.
And we had better, hadn't we? Because if we
I don't know what y'all would have done.
I don't know what you would have done. You either love it or you love it, but you should love it.
Old people say lump it.
Lump it. We
Right,
will not.
lump it.
We love it. If you could leave our wonderful listeners and viewers with just one truth about this season in life right now, as you've experienced it so far, what would it be? One truth.
The one truth that I would say is that peace is a wonderful thing. Seek it, and when you find it, sit in it and enjoy it, and don't let something disturb it. Protect it. It's almost like building a fence around it. And you know, when you build a fence, what they say that are you trying to keep stuff in, or are you trying to keep other stuff out? You know. So that's what I would leave with. That just find your peace. Yeah. Find your peace, and when you find it, sit in it and protect it.
Love that. That is a wonderful thing to leave our listeners and our viewers. Thank you so much, my friend. Thank you. I am so happy for you for this season. I am so happy for you. Listeners, Queen Sisters, I'm so happy y'all tuned in for our season opener. We couldn't have done it. We couldn't have done it any better than we did. And if you enjoyed listening to this or viewing this on YouTube and you got something from it, I know you did, share. Sharing is caring. That hasn't changed. New Year, same thing. Sharing is caring. Don't keep all this goodness to yourself. And until next time, have an incredible remainder of your week. I'm signing off. Take care.
Cheers.
Cheers.